This presentation will be over a study that considered the effects of songs with prosocial lyrics. The purpose of this research is to identify if prosocial music can have an effect on thoughts. Greitmeyer predicted that exposure to prosocial media affects an individual's internal state. More specifically, he predicted that listening to prosocial songs would increase the accessibility of prosocial thoughts. The 34 students who participated in this study were enrolled at Ludwig Maximilians University, which is located in Munich, Germany. For the purpose of the study, there were two conditions in which participants would listen to songs. In one condition, participants would listen to prosocial songs, and in the other condition, participants would listen to neutral songs. To put the term prosocial kind of into context, prosocial behaviors can be described as behavior that is helpful. Before beginning the study, participants were told that the purpose of the study was to examine the impact of songs on thinking. The participants listened to one German song and one English song that was composed of prosocial lyrics or neutral lyrics. After listening to the songs presented in both conditions, the participants then completed the last part of the study. Researchers assessed participants through the use of a word completion task. In this task, participants were given a list of 18 word fragments. The word completion task was implemented in order to determine prosocial thought accessibility. And for each word fragment, the participants were told to fill in the missing letters to form a word. So to kind of exemplify how the participants would complete this task, if they were more influenced by prosocial thoughts, then they may fill in a word fragment that starts with HE and complete as help. And then someone who may be more influenced by a neutral thought may fill in the same word fragment as here, or something similar to that. After the word completion task, the participants answered two control questions in order to verify the accuracy of which condition they were in, and that was to primarily address that the two conditions of songs were different in content. The researcher found that participants' ratings to the control questions were significantly correlated to each condition. And that meant that the content of the prosocial songs and the neutral songs differed as the researchers had intended. The following data represents how the prosocial songs' content were rated to be more prosocial than the neutral songs that the participants listened to. The English prosocial song resulted in a mean of 4.94 with a standard deviation of 1.47. The German prosocial song had a mean of 4.5 and a standard deviation of 1.29. The English neutral song had a mean of 2.56 and a standard deviation of 1.54. And then the German neutral song had a mean of 2 and a standard deviation of 1.57. From these results, we can see that there is a significant difference between participants' rating of prosocial content in each condition. They found that the effective type of song on prosocial thought accessibility was reliable. Participants who had listened to prosocial songs had higher prosocial word completion scores than those who had listened to the neutral songs. As anticipated, listening to songs with prosocial content increased the accessibility of prosocial thoughts. Overall, I liked the method that the researcher used. I've always kind of been interested in studies that use word completion tasks to kind of get a sense for what kind of thoughts are easily accessible to participants, especially when the study is focusing on thought processes and stimuli that may affect the participants' thoughts. The only issue I had with this particular study was in regards to documenting how he rated the word completion task. There was not much included in the literature of how he developed the ratings of prosocial thoughts, or what words would add to the participants' prosocial word completion score, which in my opinion could be improved for future research. Other than that, I enjoyed the study because I feel as if it can be applied to many things regarding media. I find it interesting to learn how powerful media can be in terms of affecting our thoughts, especially in concerns to music. I feel as if music is much more powerful than some people may believe it to be. I have been obsessed with music for as long as I can remember, so it was nice to find a study that analyzed its effects and how music can improve the accessibility of prosocial thoughts. Research like this can also provide evidence for how our media can possibly evolve attitudes and even behaviors in our society.